Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
When did bare minimum effort start becoming the bar for bae? What is the bar for bae material? And we celebrate the bare minimum in relationships as and we tend to label women with higher standards, high maintenance.
Yeah, Rickey. April Jones, really gorgeous girl. She is a Love and Hip Hop alum and shares 2 kids with R&B star Omarion. She took to social media to share her frustrations about modern men wanting to be catered to without any of the traditional romantic exchanges after a man she was dating did not fly her out to go see him. Listen to what she had to say.
What is happening with the men in the world? They want to be catered to. They give you bare minimum. They don't want to spend money. Men will come with the bill will come to the table, and the men don't grab the bill. Women are grabbing the bill first, and we are paying for the bill.
Somebody said, how about he come to you?
That's fine. Come to me. But don't ask, don't say you're not going to fly me, but come to New York. Okay, you're going to send for me? What is happening with the men? I'm sorry. I think that I just am really actually old school in the sense that look, I do believe as women, we are working these days. There's not a lot of at-home mothers. But at the same time, my G, come with it or go home.
And if I say that she's right, am I simping? Special K, am I simping if I say she's right?
I think it's
because you should grab the bill, and I'm just stuck on that.
It's a generational thing. Mm-hmm. We're from a generation where that's normal. That's just how you move.
You should grab the bill. If you taking her out to lunch, be a man and be a gentleman. Why should she grab the bill and you taking her out to lunch? If you the man and you chasing, shouldn't.
Yes.
Am I right? Talk to me. Maria, help me out. Am I simping?
You're not simping. I think, one, there is an issue with this generation and the men and the leadership of them. I think that I do think, and I'm going to get heat on this, I think that some women, their expectations of what a first date should be are outlandish. Taylor may disagree. But then I also think that the men not stepping up to handle stuff is a big thing. They don't, how you helped a young lady last night. You went and got her jacket for her. Hey, you look cold. I think that the chivalry has definitely died out in this younger generation.
And she was I was standing there taking pictures at this little thing, and the lady was over there because it was a premiere, and she had no jacket on. It was cold out there. And I went and whispered, and I said, "Man, where's your jacket? I know she's a dot shell. I'm married medicine. I can't.
Yeah, one of
which
the
one?
Medicine,
and I went over there and got a jacket for her and gave it to her because you don't want her to get sick. Because she's a doctor. We need her to keep us from being sick. But just the gentleman stuff and that soft touch, that special touch, in chasing a woman, that takes the fun out of it. If she's catering to you, she's the prize.
Yeah, my husband chased me. I mean, he chased me. He did a whole lot. But I think that some women, and this may not be a popular opinion, but ladies, if you're in a constant cycle of attracting raggedy men who aren't doing the things, you don't feel like they're gentlemen, you don't feel like they're stepping up to the plate. If you're in this constant cycle of attracting those kind of men, at some point I think you have to ask yourself, am I doing something to give the impression that this is what I like or this is what I want also, and that may not be, maybe you just got that's just the luck of the draw and that's just happening.
I have never, not one time allowed a woman to pay the bill. Even when I was 20, when I was 21, was going on day, when I was a teenager.
But it depends on what was poured into you when you were a young man. Like my son is 21, my youngest son is 21, oldest is 35. Neither one of them do that either, but that's because of what was poured into them to have that traditional man role. Every young man don't have that poured into them.
Because in this day and time, first of all, I have two things. Men only do what women allow them to do, number one. And number two, men do what they saw. These guys today, half of them don't have a dad in the house. Mm-hmm. So they don't see no dad and mama being treated like that and a man treating a woman so because they don't have a dad in the house.
You ought to see Grayson opening up the door for Miss Pat or opening up the door and just being a gentleman and letting women go in the door first. He do it at church and all that kind of stuff. We be on him about
because that's what he sees
about little stuff like that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I always say,
grabbing Amazon boxes, grabbing the bags, bringing the groceries in the house. I don't have to tell him to take.
My son caters to his sisters because
Absolutely.
that's what they see. That's
Exactly.
What they have
I always
absorbed
say,
their whole
if
life.
I was into women, honey, my woman or wife would be perfect. Because my thing is,
You had a chance to be in women when you took that girl to the prom. You
Sure
clapped them
did.
cheeks that night, but then
shut up, Ricky.
Go ahead.
But anyway,
Messed
because
it
my
up.
thing is that, you see these things growing up, honey. My mama didn't work, and my daddy made sure he took care of her in spite of whatever he may have done. But my mama was taken care of, home was taken care of. And my thing is, your woman represents you. When she leave that house,
Right.
she is representing you. She's representing Miss Smiley. So she needs to look like Miss Smiley.
everybody, when they walk in the room, and she's sitting over there in the corner, she don't have to be standing next to me, but everybody in that room needs to know that
That's right.
Miss Smiley.
But they're not doing that no more. I mean, the men don't do that, honey. Let your woman go looking raggedy and stuff, honey, and don't even care.
Don't play that. And my thing is that she's a good woman, and she don't have what she need, and we going on a trip or something. I stop and make sure she's straight or whatever, because you don't
Yes.
want her to feel embarrassed.
No.
You just got to be a gentleman. It ain't about you, especially if she's a good woman and she's able to help you through some stuff and through some details or whatever. We're not looking for a woman to cook or clean or nothing like that. That's a maid or whatever. But a partnership and a friendship and somebody, money can't pay for the friendship and the love and affection that she can provide for you. You understand what I'm saying? So
And some men make assumptions about your pockets because April Jones, she has millions of followers, and maybe the guy was like, you look like you got it. Like, can you just come
That
see
still
me?
don't
regardless of
matter.
what, if I
I'm just
went
saying
on a
how
damn
some
date,
men think.
if I went on a date with Oprah, I am paying the tab. I am going to open
That's
the
the
car
kind of
door
man that you
and I'm
are.
going to pick. If she
Yeah.
pick me up, if I drive a 2012 Toyota 4Runner, right? If she come and pick me up in her Rolls Royce, if we want to ride in that car, that's fine. But guess what? I'm going to drive. Slide over, baby. I got it. I don't know how to
even
drive
if she
this, drive
insists.
this big
Even if
ass
she insists.
casket-looking car, but I'm going to drive that mother. You know what I'm saying? No, because that's what them Rolls Royce look like. They look like
Got
a
that real long
casket
hood on
on wheels. I'd be damn if I'm finna get one. I rode in one time. That DJ Khaled, we had to do a company party in South Florida. That was the only time I sat in one before or whatever. But I can't. I digress. I'm happy with my little car, but I know Oprah ain't finna go nowhere with me in the damn
Speaking of
2012.
digressing, yeah, fellas, y'all need to be careful about flying women out. That whole flying women out thing, because
Why?
if you flying a woman out and you want, you flying her out and telling her you're expecting something in exchange for that, they got a term for that now.
What?
It's called sex trafficking.
Are you serious? What you
I am
mean?
dead serious.
That's the whole thing that
I'm
Diddy's
dead
tied up
serious.
in. Yeah.
Okay, so you fly
can't
her
fly
out.
women out to another state, and with the understanding that y'all gonna, have a little exchange.
And that's sex trafficking?
Yes, you can catch a case.
For flying her out and she agreed
You
to
can
have
catch a
sex and
case.
y'all have sex.
You can catch a case.
And now you
It
in,
can be categorized that way.
If
I don't think it's
it
that
goes
every
left,
time. Yeah,
because if you
goes
send her
left.
back home and then you ghost her after that, then she can say, "Well, he
hold
flew me out."
on, brother.
Fellas, be
hold
careful
on,
with
brother.
that. Be
If I
careful with
fly
that.
you out on Spirit, that's sex trafficking. But if I fly you on Delta,
That's an opportunity.
We got phone calls, y'all. 866-9 Ricky, 866-9 RICKEY. Good morning.
This is Sean from Cincinnati. I think that both parties need to be reasonable. I think that men need to be more, definitely to be more traditional and go back to courting women. And women should recognize that, I don't think that, it's just a different generation, but old-fashioned courting and getting to know one another, asking a young lady's father for her hand or permission to take her on a date, that's what we need to go back to.
Hi, this Summer from Illinois. Yeah. Men, it don't matter how old they are or how young they are, all they want is sex, and they want to give you a McDonald's meal. Yeah, they got some entitlement because it's so easy for them now out here.
Hey, good morning, America. This is Jerica calling from Houston. And I would have to say, yes, women have become entitled and men have become more relaxed. I think people are looking at social media and basing their lives off of what they see online and making that the standard.
My name is Yvonne. I'm in Anniston, Alabama. And honestly, it depends on the person of how they upbringing is and how they are as an individual when it comes to materialistic things.
Yes, my name is Venus. I'm calling from Durham, North Carolina. My thoughts are, I think the men in their 40s and their 50s have become very lazy. They're looking for women to take care of them. You meet some of these men on the dating sites, and the first thing they want to do is ask you to cash app them, or they're looking for sex. They're not taking their time to get to learn the person. You read their profile, they say all what they want, and 10 seconds of meeting them, they're nothing like that profile.
My name is E.T., calling from Baltimore, and I don't think that men have started doing the bare minimum. I think that men have now started to realize that a lot that goes into dating has to deal with how much I can get out of a person. And men don't want to be played anymore. That's just my honest opinion.
Maybe I've been living under a rock. Are we in a generation where men are asking women for money? Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I cannot even believe what I just heard.
Yes.
Yeah, a man will hit up a woman. Anybody ever hit you up for money? Anybody? Tell you.
A friend, but not someone I dated.
Anybody? They hit you up for money, Beyonce?
Me as the single person on the show, yes. Older men are trying
hit you up. Are you lying to me?
Because they're in that. Well, why don't you send me some money for a haircut, or why don't you? Yes,
why would,
this new generation.
What kind of man would ask a woman to pay for his haircut?
A broke one?
Yeah, that man.
Even if you broke, I'll go in there and line my own mustache and beard up.
They're not broke. They're not broke. It's the men wanting to be treated like the women
Are
generation.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's a thing.
They're trying to reverse the whole equal
what,
rights.
What state of the United States they do this at?
Georgia.
Man, everywhere.
Are you serious,
Yeah,
Rob?
it's crazy, dog. Like,
I'm really hearing these stories right now. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life.
These
man, you always
men,
take care of your woman. You don't sit up there and ask a woman for nothing. But respect
it's a mental
peace
thing.
and respect.
Yeah, they also.
It's what?
It's a mental thing, man. You know, a lot of these men nowadays, they want a woman that they want to feel like they're needed. Does that make sense? Like,
that's insane.
Come on,
I ain't
man.
never heard nothing like this. I'm disgusted.
Low self-esteem. That's what I'm trying to say. If they can find a woman with low self-esteem that they can control mentally and emotionally, they can get anything they want from them.
I took a woman to dinner. I ain't asked her for nothing, and she had her shoes on the wrong feet.
Oh, wow.